Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on another Demos Construction Suggestion video. Now, forgive me as this is going to be a bit of a more scripted video than usual, so if I sound a little robotic or monotone, that's why. But that's only because I want to convey this idea of mine very clear and precisely, as it's a bit of a complicated one to say the least. So with that said, let me dive right into this as I always do. The problems this idea is trying to address are the following: preventing the waste of cortium from cortium miners or by bases that have a surplus of cortium, give players who partake in base fights a way to support the base they're fighting for other than just being more combatants or repair engineers, give smaller build teams other options of collecting cortium, and increase opportunities for messing with the enemy faction. Alright, how these issues and goals will be addressed is I had an idea where we merge and modify the auto ant idea and the cortium economy that I mentioned back in episode 3. If you don't know what those ideas are, basically a recap on the two ideas are A, to have a ant garage that would send out a automatic ant to go out and collect cortium, and B, a cortium economy where players, when they mine cortium, they could deposit said cortium into a silo located inside of a developer base for extra XP, and so the cortium could be sold off to another player for a small fee of nanites to be used elsewhere. Alright, with that brief recap done, we would start by taking a Sunderer garage and tack on a cortium silo to it. We would call this a logistics silo. Players would be able to access a terminal that, once in, would allow players to select from a number of friendly developer bases to buy a load of cortium from, for an exchange of nanites. The prices would fluctuate based on supply and demand along with the distance from said friendly base. Once an order has been made, an automated ant will fill up on the load at the agreed upon base and drive out to the logistics silo to drop off the cortium. Though these automated ants can be intervened and destroyed by hostile forces while en route, and in the event of that happening, half of the nanites spent on that load of cortium will be returned to the player. And upon a successful delivery, 3k cortium will go into a private reserve for the player that bought it, 5k will go into a public use reserve, while the remaining 2k will go directly into the main silo / base owner. The private reserve will be then dumped into the public reserve after 10 minutes, and the public reserve, while open to all players, will trickle into the main silo to prevent it from depleting. Furthermore, if a player ant chooses to dump their cortium into a logistics silo, they will be paid as if they were depositing it into a developer base silo, and it will also be treated as if they had just bought a load of cortium. Finally, if a logistics silo does not see use for 15 minutes, it will load and ship off all cortium that is at the 75% mark and up to a nearby friendly developer base. Then it will do another 25% in another 15 minutes, and by the end of the hour, the silo is empty and the cortium has been redistributed back into the cortium economy. And in the event of a main silo loss, the logistics silo will do the same, but in 2-minute intervals instead of 15. Finally, if a logistics silo is destroyed with deliveries en route, all deliveries will change course and will drop off at the nearest friendly base, while refunding half of the nanites back to the player. Well, that's all I have for you guys today, and thank you for joining me on another demo suggestion video. I know this one was a bit more monotone than the rest, though I do hope you guys were able to bear with me on this one, as it is a bit of a complicated idea as I've stated. In any case, thank you for listening to me if you still are, and have a good day. See you on my next episode.